Now, I don't know if y'all have already seen, but Big Tonka himself, King Tonka, Lil Schmunky, Lil Yeat, he's back. He's seeing everybody play with his name. He's seen Ian steal his whole swag and blow up and turn into a whole industry plant on his sound, even his aesthetic. You know, the white boy who like actually could get down. And now Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Lil 88, whole Opium Squad. Who knows if Cardi behind the scenes like doing a whole hex circle, cursing Yeat behind his back, even though he's got the whole sigil. So he already has a whole deal with the devil. And that's why he blew up so fast. He's seeing all the talks. And he finally responds today. He's like, nah. Y'all thought you were already up? By himself, no label, or at least no big artist in front of him or above him like Cardi. He got the Drake cosign to Drake, Wash Drake on his own feature. And he's like, oh shit. Okay, you're dropping soon. This is the new big three of the underground, bro. Yeat, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely. I didn't think I would ever see it, but that's realistically who are the biggest artists. But as I was saying, so Yeat responds. He previewed a new snippet. I wanted to check it out on stream. I also wanted to see what he said on his story, where, again, he definitely heard the rumors like, what, Ken Carson? This and me? Even though, actually, let's just go to the numbers. If you go to it, Yeat, out of all the new artists, who got the most streaming song right now? It's Yeat with Breathe. But at the same time, I won't be biased here. Destroy Lonely, If Looks Could Kill, that dropped over a year ago. Yeat just dropped. What about Ken Carson? So, with Ken dropping More Chaos and Lone dropping his project soon, who knows who they... King Tonka might have to be dethroned and give his crown to Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely, potentially passing it. But 72K is going to be a hard feat. As I was saying, though, Yeat posts on his story. He starts, y'all thought he was sober. He took his first sip of lean in 14 weeks. He's like, he transformed into a fucking demon. Okay? He's like, oh, you thought you were playing with my name? 2 albums this year. Just to show you who do what. And then he posts 2 new album titles. So we're actually getting 3 projects potentially this year, because we already got 2093. So now we got Lifestyle, A Dangerous Life. How many different fucking lives does Yeat have? He's a fucking cat. He's got 9. We already got Life. We already got Afterlife. We're getting Lifestyle. We're getting A Dangerous Life. We might get 5 more. And I would honestly be okay with that. Because as we were just listening to, Yeat's old sound was fire. Like 2093, I understood what he was trying to do. It missed the mark. Let's be honest. He got popular off a certain sound that got you super hype, but I feel like he went too futuristic. You already know my opinions about that, where like it was just disconnected. Like, boy, you too genius. If you know, like sometimes the wavelengths aren't there. He had withdrawals from whatever lean and Percocets he was taking. He was on Homicide Gang's 60 pounds of mushrooms. And then he came off of it, and all of a sudden he's in the future. Like, he had Superman syndrome. He was going to having a manic episode or some shit. But like 2093, I don't know. It just wasn't for me. But let's see, because he's back talking like he used to. What is this? King Tonka, Geeky Lifestyle, Geeky and Geek 2. Okay, so I guess that's the song title. Let's see if it's hard though. We get high and we crash. So you might expect me, because he's got the green filter back. So maybe the old King Tonka's back. And definitely with the vocals, he had this similar flow. And then again, the green filter. So the same aesthetic. He might put back on the, what is it called? The balaclava. What did he call it though? The turban. He might put on the turban. And whatever aesthetic he was going for. Now, Lil 88 and Ken Carson Destroy Lonely were getting on him because apparently he was being too white. That's why they were joking about him being the next Eminem on auto-tune and reverb. I get it, because a lot of people were also talking about how when he and Nextel split, him and Zach Bia were just being too white. Because when you saw the Breathe TikTok, he was like, you know, with Nextel, they were fucking popping 15 perks on a TikTok. But I feel like he still needs to get his old producers back, because this was cool, the vocals, but I don't know if he's got the same iconic type beats. Like on Up To Me or Too Alive, like every single beat kind of had like a, I don't know, you can remember that song wholeheartedly. You know, it doesn't mesh together with the rest of them so much that you can't distinguish them all. Like this one, I don't know, it still kind of sounds like 2093 to me. I think he needs to like go back into Alcoholics Anonymous with all of his producer that he used to work with, like Tragic, Filthy, whatever. Sit down in a circle, take ayahuasca. I don't care what he needs to do, and get back in your alien mode. I'm telling you, sobriety is not the move. Now, I'm not promoting drugs, kids, but if he wants to get back on that grind and show him what he say, he said, this year, just to show you who do what. I don't know if you can show anybody who do what completely sober, bruh. That's just not the rapper lifestyle. But yeah, once he gets back with like the old producers and getting the same type of hype ass beats that he used to do, like, what did Uzi say? Yeat feels like he's on him. He makes you feel like you're on a Molly. And I completely agree. You're super hyped or whatever. His 2093 made me feel like I was in a K-hole. Like I took some ketamine and I'm just in the corner of a club, my heart racing because I'm, you know, it had too strong an effect and I can't even talk to people because I'm so fucking high. And I just hear I'm in the bathroom and you just hear like the distorted, like the walls shaking and shit. But it just didn't get me that hyped. But just go back to the drawing board. Yeat's got this. I still think he can wash Ken and Lone sales wise. Because as I was saying before, you know, Lone, I didn't think too many people were hyped about Lone's project. Like, I feel like they're more hyped for Ken Carson's More Chaos. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Especially because, like, Lone's getting what? Don Toliver as a feature. It's like, he was on Quavo's song, which is fine. He can hop on mainstream artist songs, but we don't want Quavo on Lone's album. It just doesn't fit. Now, Don Toliver, again, I just don't want Don Toliver on a Destroy Lonely project. Like Ken Carson with More Chaos, like again, that kind of gives the same effect we were talking about with Yeat with Up To Me. It's like, now personally, I can't get down to all of the distorted shit, but at least when I listen to that album, I know I'm not gonna fall asleep. Which I feel like 2093 and Influx Could Kill definitely had, like, you know, if I was a little tired, it would induce me into sleep like I took an Advil PM. Now with More Chaos, I can almost pretty much assume that I am going to shit my brains out potentially because I just drank a coffee. It's got a diuretic in it. Or what is it called? Like a laxative. And the distortion would just help all my vowels clear out. You feel me? 2093 wasn't bad, but Yeat just did more of that crazy ass energy he had from his 2021 run. Yes, he just needs that. I don't think 2093 was bad. It's more like an Eternal Take was a good album too. But I feel like that's kind of what it was for Yeat, right? Uzi had this particular sound where he had like the melodic mixed in with like the drug-induced Xanax moaning in your ear like a sloth that you're in love with. And then he's got a fast rapping and shit. Okay. But then he went on Eternal Take, and it was like mostly fast rapping. It was Baby Pluto. Although it was split into 3 parts, but regardless, that's what I felt like. But with Yeat, it was the same thing. He had this one particular sound that everybody loved. He was the hottest in the game, taking over. And then he switched it up, trying to be like experimental, show that he can fly like a butterfly, that he's the one. And you know what? I think he was trying to see if he was like Cardi, because everyone kind of saw some sort of trajectory to see if he got the Drake feature and everything. He already crossed all the boxes, Thug, Gunna, Uzi, etc. Y'all already know this. But he was trying to see if people would cross over a different boundary to another subgenre of music like they do with Cardi. But I don't know if he has that pull yet, if at all, if he ever will, because he's just not an established artist like Cardi. He doesn't have the same level of aura. Let's be honest. But again, now he's at the top of his class. And now Ken and Lone slowly creeping up, and they're waiting to drop their projects. But Yeat's he's gonna try and dick them. Like, oh shit, okay, let's stack the whole project with Drake features. Let's do a collab tape with Drake. You think Drake would do a collab tape with him? That would do numbers. You can feel Yeat's fall off. I feel like you can just tell it's time, or close to his time. Look, I was feeling it too. I will be honest. I felt like people were just getting over it. And I talked about this last stream, where it's been 3 years. And as we talk about, the artist life cycle is usually 3 to 5 years. 5 years is like for, like Uzi's. Uzi started popping in, 2016, 2015. Like, he was already pushing it. He killed it. 9 years in the game. That's unreal. That's for only goats and legends. Now, I was feeling Yeat also fall off a little bit. People just weren't as hype because he has so much music out. He's dropped so many albums. But now I feel like he's got a little fire in his ass because people are now dissing him, Ken Lone. And it's not like people were talking about how Ken and Lone could be talking about Ian or Netspend. It's like, no, bro. Why would Ken, Lone, and Lil 88 be dissing or hating on Ian and Netspend? Those are ants compared to them. Yes, they got a little thing going, and I respect both of them. Ian and Netspend are both fire. But why the hell would they go public with a beef with those two? They already got all their fans already, where Yeat is actually like the big dog in this generation. So that doesn't make sense. But again, now that Ken and Lone are creeping up on him, I feel like Yeat has more to prove because it got boring for a while. That's why people didn't like Yeat anymore, because it's like, what more can he do? He was already winning. It's like the Warriors winning every single year a couple years ago or a few years ago for the NBA Finals. Or like, I don't know, the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl every year. You're like, I don't even want to see this shit. I don't even want to see Yeat win anymore. Or you don't want to see the Chiefs or the Warriors win anymore, because you're like, we need something more interesting. But now again, Ken and Lone coming in, I feel like they're making it interesting. That's why I'm liking it. That's why I was saying that it's kind of like the big three of the underground, because we needed some sort of spark to make it fun. Ken will never outsell Yeat. Amen. Never say never. If Ken gets Cardi on a project, bro, if that's a card they got up their fucking sleeve. Whereas obviously, Yeat had Drake on it. But now Yeat, since he's not cool with Ken and Lone, allegedly, he can't get that Cardi one. But maybe he can get the Travis. But maybe Cardi will be like, give the little boss call to Travis. Yo, don't hop on Yeat's album, bro. We need Ken and Lone to dick him real quick. And I'm not even glazing Cardi right now, bro. Just Look, the projections, the fans already projecting Cardi to sell like 175, and he's already going on Billboard every single. Now, I'm not saying that he's the only reason, because he's only working with pretty big artists, but I'm just saying, like, in general, Ken's got a lot of things he can pull. He can get Future. Okay, he produced for Ken and Future. I mean, Cardi and Future. Okay, he could probably get anyone. He could probably get Drake. Didn't Drake repost him or some shit like that on when A Great Chaos dropped? He could get Yachty. I don't know if that really does much. He already got Uzi. He can get Uzi again. Like, he can get the whole Avengers. He could probably get Kanye. Cardi just make the boss call to Kanye. Where's Yeat? Has Yeat gotten the Kanye? I feel like Kanye would fuck with Yeat though. Yeat sold 72K on an album that the underground didn't like. That's gonna be hard to beat. What did Ken Carson's A Great Chaos do? Ken Carson, A Great Chaos first week. It did 49. So he's got to do like 1.5. What is that? 50, 25? Yeah, he's got to do 1.5 times what he did on A Great Chaos, but he's dropping a deluxe. So he got a whole nother year before he actually drops his actual project, unless More Chaos isn't a deluxe and it's a full-on project. Bob knows Ken Carson finesse first week sales on A Great Chaos. I mean, come on, bruh. We already know. I feel like Yeats was more public though. Like the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, the bundle, not even the bundles, the songs that you could only buy. Like, come on. But like, everybody be finessing it, let's be honest. And low key, they gotta finesse it only a certain percentage of their streams, because the streams have to be hidden within their actual real streams so that Spotify and Apple Music don't catch on and like make a big deal about it. The only reason why Ken and Lone have clout is because they're under Cardi, while Yeat did it by himself and he's bigger than both. Now, I agree with that take. However, Lone still had clout by himself. I'd say with Ken Carson, yes. And I agree with the take about Yeat where he did it all himself. And I respect Yeat more for doing that, because not that, like, I'm not saying that he came out the mud because he was poor, but he came out the mud like he kind of rose the ranks all by himself. Whereas like he got cosigns, but it's not like he had an artist above him putting their arm around his shoulder, like introducing him into everybody. Although he had Zach Bia, which did the whole Drake thing, but I don't really think the Drake thing did much. It was really just TikTok blew up all the songs and then everybody wanted to meet him regardless. Clout said that Yeat needed September's Rich. Now, I've actually heard that from a lot of people, because yeah, September's Rich might not have been the leader, but allegedly he helps Yeat like get the swag and like the aura. Whether or not you actually like September's Rich or not, like he just brought he might have been like he might have been the point guard to giving us assisting Yeat every which way, because you kind of need a good manager or somebody around you, a creative director or a fire producer, whatever role they are. So, but the two people that aren't currently in Yeat's camp anymore, that like that were there while he was popping, was September's Rich and Nextel. So it was either one of them or it was both of them. So maybe he needs to rekindle that team as well, so that he can get the sauce back. Because I agree with St. Cloud, the snippet was not that great. I was saying before, like the beat was like a little too much. It sounded like 2093, and I don't think that's what people wanted. He needs some. Somebody buy Yeat a turban. Y'all find his address in LA and just send him every single article of clothing that he used to wear and just flood him with it so that he has to wear his old clothes back. That might be it, honestly. I feel like he like started showing his hair and shit. And it's like, man, he's got you can't have hair, bro. You're not even supposed to have a face. You're supposed to just be You're supposed to be a mask. Like, you're supposed to be a super villain. You was supposed to be untouchable. Now that we see your face, like, and we know what you look like, ugh. It ruins the illusion of what he is. Like, he's supposed to be inhaling, like he's supposed to have like a beer bong mask, but instead of beer, it's like just straight lean and Percocets. He shouldn't go back to turbans and shiesties because it's corny. I mean, is this new futuristic, like Matrix looking ass leather jacket having ass, is that working? Because I don't know if it is. Like, it's a cool aesthetic just in general, but I don't know if it works for Yeat. Obviously, people didn't really like it as much.